Senator Rice.
Thanks, President. My question is to the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Minister Payne. Minister, the US government sought extradition of Australian citizen Julian Assange from the UK for espionage. Espionage is a political offence for which extradition is expressly barred from the US-UK extradition treaty. Minister, given the political nature of extradition, have you personally made representations to the incoming Biden administration to drop the US appeal against the UK court decision to not extradite Mr Assange? And if not, will you?
The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Senator Payne.
Thank you, Mr President. I thank Senator Rice for her question. Senator Rice, as I believe I have advised the chamber previously, I have raised the situation of Mr Assange with my previous United States counterpart, former Secretary of State Pompeo. I have not yet met with Secretary of State Antony Blinken, but I am sure that in the course of such a meeting that this matter would be raised.
Senator Rice, a supplementary question.
Minister, my question is, basically, will you commit to picking up the phone to be asking the US administration to drop the charges against Mr Assange? Minister, there were reports that the Trump administration in the latter days of the Trump term was close to pardoning Assange and may have done so if they had received representations from the Australian government. Will you pick up the phone to the incoming Biden administration?
Senator Payne.
Thank you very much, Mr President. As I again have previously advised the chamber, Mr Assange is subject to a legal process in another country. Australia does not interfere in the legal processes of other countries and has long held that position across multiple governments, as we would not expect other governments to interfere in legal processes in our country. Mr Assange is currently the subject of a United States appeal against the decision of the British courts that he is ineligible for extradition due to the court forming a view in relation to a risk of self-harm in the US prison. That appeal was lodged on the 12th of February. I don't intend to provide a running commentary on the details of the case as it is before the courts. We continue to monitor Mr Assange's case closely, as we do for Australians in detention overseas.
Senator Rice, a final supplementary question.
Minister, when is enough enough? Julian Assange has suffered so much, and the judge in the UK case has basically said that extradition to the US is effectively a death sentence. The UN Special Rapporteur on Torture has said that the failure of the judgment to denounce and redress the persecution and torture of Mr Assange leaves fully intact the intended intimidating effect on journalists and whistleblowers. So is it the Australian government's position that extraditing Julian Assange to the US
time
is
for the
acceptable?
question has expired. Senator Payne.
Thank you very much, Mr President. Members of my office and of the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade met with Mr Assange's legal team in this sitting period to discuss a range of matters, including the matter of Mr Assange. This government has sought, through our consular officials and through the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade and the High Commission in Britain, to support Mr Assange in an appropriate consular fashion in any way we could. We have done that by seeking his consent to discuss any prison condition issues with prison officials to offer him consular assistance. We have done that on 21 separate occasions. On 21 separate occasions, no response has been received to that correspondence from Mr Assange or from his representatives. The government has endeavoured to provide him with that appropriate support. We will continue to do that. He withdrew consent for us to consult in relation to any of his circumstances, his health or his welfare, in 2019. We have continued to raise with UK government officials our expectations of how he would—
Senator Wilson, I called you to order and you kept interjecting while I was doing so. Please cease.